Joseph Quinn, a recently unknown actor who has now skyrocketed to worldwide fame. What about him? From his breakthrough in Hawkins to post-apocalyptic thrillers, and a soldier during the Iraq War to now joining the MCU as Johnny Storm. Let's get into it. Please help your favorite average movie guy get to 1,000 subscribers by subscribing right now. Early career: Dickensian 2015 to 2016. After starring in Postcode, Quinn's first notable role came in his BBC drama. It was a clever and atmospheric reimagining of Charles Dickens' universe, one where characters from Oliver Twist, Great Expectations, and Bleak House cross paths in a single interconnected story. Quinn played Arthur Havisham, a character drawn from Great Expectations. Arthur is the half-brother of Miss Havisham, a wealthy young man caught in a bitter family inheritance conflict. Quinn's Arthur is manipulative yet insecure, a character driven by resentment, desperation, and a craving for control. It was a layered role, and even though he was still a newcomer at the time, Quinn delivered a performance full of emotional tension. You could see the early signs of what would become his trademark, a vulnerability beneath the surface. What made Dickensian especially valuable for Quinn's development was the theatrical style of the show. Its period setting and dialogue-heavy scenes gave him room to explore depth and subtlety. In retrospect, Dickensian feels like the perfect origin point, a moody, character-focused drama that showed just how much potential Quinn already had.
Who do you think you are? Damn you.
Game of Thrones 2017. The following year, Quinn briefly stepped into one of the most iconic TV universes of the 2010s. In Season 7, Episode 4, titled The Spoils of War, Quinn appears as Conor, a young Stark soldier stationed at the gates of Winterfell. His moment on screen is quick, a short exchange with Arya Stark. At the time, he was still very unknown, and this was far from a starring role. However, being cast even in a small part in Game of Thrones meant something. More importantly, it marked Quinn's first experience working on a global production. This brief moment as Conor showed that he could fit into a sprawling fantasy narrative without feeling out of place. It's the kind of role most actors might forget, a few lines, a quick scene. But in Joseph Quinn's case, it's an early sign of a career that would keep circling back to massive, genre-defining universes.
It's cold and we're busy, so you know, best fuck off.
Overlord 2018. After starring in National Theatre at Home, Mosquitoes, Time Wasters, and Howard's End, the following year Quinn made his feature film debut in Hollywood in J.J. Abrams' war horror hybrid. Set on the eve of D-Day, Overlord follows a group of American paratroopers who discover that the Nazis are conducting monstrous experiments in a remote French village. Quinn played Grenauer, a member of the paratrooper squad. Though not one of the central leads, his role was vital in establishing the film's early tone, gritty, chaotic, and high stakes. While his screen time was limited, Quinn made an impression. It may not have been a star-making turn yet, but it was a crucial experience, a chance to sharpen his instincts in a high-intensity environment, and to prove he could handle the demands of physical, action-heavy storytelling. Looking back, Overlord feels like a transitional moment, Joseph Quinn stepping out of the world of period dramas and into something bolder, more brutal, and more cinematic.
Jamming tower on top of a church near the town center, Sergeant!
Gaining prominence in Britain. Les Misérables 2019. The following year, Quinn returned to British TV. And this wasn't the musical version most audiences are familiar with. This Les Misérables was a raw, stripped-down take on Victor Hugo's novel. Quinn played Enjolras, the charismatic leader of the student revolutionaries. It was a pivotal role and one that required both idealism and conviction. Once again, Quinn's strength was in restraint. He didn't need grand speeches or theatrical flourishes to command attention. His performance captured the heartbreak of a cause that feels righteous yet doomed, and the youthful courage required to fight for it anyway. Les Misérables showed that Joseph Quinn could hold his own in a heavy, character-driven period piece, even alongside some of the British television's most respected actors. It was another step forward, cementing his place as a rising talent capable of bringing sincerity and emotional intelligence to roles that demand both heart and history.
Sons, daughters, think of them. A heroic death would do nothing for them. You get yourself killed, they starve.
Makeup 2019. After starring in Catherine the Great, Quinn got his first leading role in film in his psychological thriller. Make Up is a slow-burn exploration of identity, obsession, and sexual awakening. It centers on a young woman named Ruth who moves in with her boyfriend and starts to unravel emotionally as she suspects he may be cheating. And she begins to question everything about herself in the process. Quinn plays Tom, Ruth's boyfriend. And at first glance, Tom seems kind, maybe a little emotionally reserved, but generally harmless. And that's part of what makes the film so effective. Quinn plays Tom not as a villain or antagonist, but as someone whose mere presence contributes to Ruth's growing sense of alienation. What's striking about Quinn's performance is how natural it is. He's not the focus of the story, but he never fades into the background. This was one of Quinn's most understated roles to date, and it showed a different side of his talent, his ability to blend into a story while still enriching it. To give a quiet performance that doesn't demand attention but earns it. In a way, Make Up was a turning point, a sign that Joseph Quinn wasn't just a rising star in the industry, but a serious actor who chose roles that challenged him, even when the spotlight wasn't guaranteed.
Good. That's really good.
CB Strike 2020. The following year, Quinn returned to television for a guest appearance in his British crime drama series. In the 4th season, Quinn plays Billy Knight, a troubled young man who bursts into Detective Cameron Strike's office, claiming to have witnessed a murder as a child. It's a cryptic, disturbing encounter that sets off the investigation for the entire season. From the very first scene, Quinn's performance is electric. Billy is clearly traumatized, possibly mentally ill, and carrying a secret he can barely articulate. It's a performance that walks a delicate line. Quinn doesn't play Billy for sympathy, nor does he lean into melodrama. Instead, he captures the character's fragility. What makes this role especially interesting in Quinn's career is how it built on a pattern. He doesn't just play characters, he inhabits people who are lost, overlooked, or barely holding themselves together. In Billy, that pattern is more raw than ever before.
Don't ask me things! Just...
His international breakthrough. Stranger Things 2022. After starring in small acts, 2 years later, Quinn went from a rising talent to an international sensation. All thanks to one role, one season, and one unforgettable guitar solo in The Upside Down. In Stranger Things Season 4, Quinn joined the already massive ensemble as Eddie Munson, a rebellious, metalhead, Dungeons & Dragons dungeon master and self-proclaimed freak. But Eddie wasn't just comic relief or a one-note outsider. From the moment he hit the screen, he was one of the show's most compelling characters. Quinn infused Eddie with equal parts swagger and soul. He's loud, brash, and theatrical, but underneath all that, Eddie is scared. Not just of supernatural monsters, but of growing up, of being misunderstood, of never being taken seriously. Eddie became the emotional engine of Season 4, accused of a murder he didn't commit and forced into hiding. He becomes an unlikely hero. His chemistry with Gaten Matarazzo's Dustin was especially memorable, forming one of the show's most heartfelt friendships. Their dynamic was funny, warm, and ultimately devastating. And then of course came that moment. The scene where Eddie shreds Metallica's Master of Puppets in The Upside Down became instantly iconic, not just for the spectacle, but for what it meant. It was the culmination of everything his character stood for: defiance in the face of fear, and doing something brave, not because you're fearless, but because you're terrified and do it anyway. Quinn's performance struck a chord. Almost overnight, Eddie Munson became a cultural phenomenon. Fan art, tributes, TikToks, memes. Eddie wasn't just a new character, he was a fan favorite. And Joseph Quinn, he was suddenly everywhere. But beyond the hype, there was genuine admiration for the craft. Critics praised his performance, and for Quinn, it was a turning point. The role that launched him into the spotlight and made him a household name instantly.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up!
Becoming a franchise actor. A Quiet Place Day 1, 2024. After starring in Horde, 2 years after his breakthrough in Stranger Things, Quinn got his first co-lead role in a big Hollywood film, with this apocalyptic horror film and highly anticipated prequel to the critically acclaimed The Quiet Place franchise. This film explores the very beginning of the alien invasion that plunged the world into terrifying silence. Unlike the previous films, which focused on survival in a small family unit, Day 1 expands the scope, showing the chaos, fear, and desperation of the earliest hours. Quinn stars as Eric, known for his ability to bring emotional vulnerability to intense roles. Quinn fits perfectly in the story where silence is survival and every breath could be your last. His performance was praised for grounding the film's suspense with a genuine human core, making the fear and stakes feel real, not just cinematic. The film's success would prove pivotal, marking Quinn's full arrival as a leading man capable of handling large-scale productions that balance action, horror, and emotional depth.
I don't want to die.
Gladiator II, 2024. That same year, Quinn made a bold move into the realm of epic historical cinema with the long-awaited sequel to Ridley Scott's 2000 classic, Gladiator. Quinn portrays Emperor Geta, one of the twin co-emperors of Rome, alongside his brother Caracalla. Their reign is characterized by ambition, power struggles, and a complex sibling dynamic. Set 24 years after the original, Gladiator II shifts focus to Lucius, the son of Maximus, now a gladiator fighting for survival and honor. Amidst this turmoil, Quinn's Gita, alongside his twin brother, emerged as a central figure in the Roman Empire's power struggle. Director Ridley Scott envisioned Geta and Caracalla as damaged goods from birth, drawing parallels to the mythical figures Romulus and Remus. Quinn's portrayal captures this essence, infusing the character with a blend of vulnerability and menace. To craft his interpretation, Quinn drew inspiration from iconic performances, citing Philip Seymour Hoffman's role in Mission Impossible 3 and Gary Oldman's in The Fifth Element as key influences. Despite the film's epic scale, some critics noted that the twin emperors' roles were underdeveloped. Nevertheless, Quinn's performance was widely praised, with many highlighting his ability to infuse depth into a character that could have been overshadowed by the film's grandeur.
All this you have forfeited by your treachery.
Warfare 2025. The following year, Quinn took on one of his most physically and emotionally demanding roles in this visceral war film. Released by A24, the film offers an unfiltered look at the brutal realities faced by a Navy SEAL platoon during the Iraq War. Set in 2006, Warfare follows a Navy SEAL team trapped in an Iraqi home, awaiting extraction as tensions escalate. Quinn portrays Sam, a soldier who endures unimaginable pain after a devastating injury. His performance was lauded for its raw authenticity, capturing the physical torment and psychological trauma of war. For Joseph Quinn, Warfare marked a significant milestone in his career, showcasing his ability to tackle complex, intense roles. His portrayal of Sam stands as a testament to his versatility and commitment to bringing authenticity to every character he embodies.
Who's the severely wounded? It's not you. It's me.
The Fantastic Four First Steps 2025. Now, Joseph Quinn is set to step into the MCU as Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch. Directed by Matt Shakman, this highly anticipated film will introduce Marvel's first family to the MCU with a fresh, retro-futuristic style inspired by the optimistic spirit of the 1960s. Johnny is a character known for his fiery power and charismatic, rebellious attitude. Quinn's Human Torch is poised to bring energy and humor to the team dynamic, setting the stage for an exciting new chapter in the MCU. In the film, the Fantastic Four must protect Earth when the cosmic entity Galactus arrives to consume the planet. Accompanied by his mysterious herald, the Silver Surfer, Galactus poses a threat that becomes deeply personal for the team, challenging both their powers and their bond as a family. And lastly, he is also already set to return as Johnny Storm in the highly anticipated next two Avengers films, as well as star as George Harrison in Sam Mendes' Beatles biopics. So there will be plenty of Joseph Quinn to enjoy in the future.
No, Johnny. Say it! I don't wanna! Say it!
And there you have it, the full career of Joseph Quinn so far. From the many roles in British entertainment to Marvel's first family. Now let me ask you, are you excited for the Fantastic Four First Steps? And what is your favorite Joseph Quinn performance? Let me know in the comments below and be sure to subscribe for more videos like these. I have been Dean, the average movie guy on your screen. Big thanks for watching. See you next time. Roll the credits.